Now, many of you already know that each and every week on Tuesday, we get the insurance registrations coming from some of our favorite EV stocks like Nio. But what has been happening recently, it's obviously that the insurance registrations have not been coming as per the usual. This appears that one of these insurance registrations, apparently there are quite a number of organizations in China or quite a number of companies that don't want them to be shared, and it appears that they are fading away with time, because even our favorite most trusted source like CNF Post that usually gives us these insurance registrations last week never published, but this week, at least a couple of hours ago, they managed to publish, but it was late, right? Now, as seen on the screen, you notice that for the period ending the 6th of April, Nio had total insurance registrations of 2,500. 1,800 were coming from Nio, while 700 were coming from Onvo. Onvo is struggling, or the struggle continues. This month, it appears that it's worse. But one thing that was noted by EV Home, they highlighted that it was a holiday. It was a King Min festival that could have been the one that disrupted the deliveries of some of the EV makers, including Nio. This is what they noted, but 2,500 is what we got. Other EV makers like Xiaomi, they had like 5,100, BYD 45,000. We've got, I think, Xpeng had over 7,000, Leo had over 6,000, which obviously this again, it shows us that Neo, when it comes to the insurance registrations, they are low. Demand is not there because obviously some of the people might be waiting for the 2025 models, which by the way are expected to start to be delivered as early as this, of course, quarter. One of the things that we are seeing that came in also today is that on the 85 Touring, 85 mid sedan, which these are the most cheapest models that you can find from Nio. Nio has been offering some massive discounts, and these discounts are coming from the obviously incentives, the subsidies that the Chinese government has been offering, plus some of the incentives that Nio themselves they have been offering. This is resulting in those that want the 85 Touring or 85 mid sedan paying roughly around 191,000 RMB, and apparently with a bus plan you can even get it at 121,000 RMB. But this is what is currently taking place right now, which obviously if orders are coming in because of this will be only reflected towards the end of this month. But this is what is taking place right now, and hopefully this gets to improve the sales. But one thing that obviously this tells us, or that this should tell Nio, is that they must immediately start with the deliveries of the 2025 models. For them to revive the sales of Nio, or for them to revive their sales, they must start with the deliveries of the Nio ET5 Touring, ET5 mid sedan, ES6, EC6, because those are the top 4 best-selling cars of Nio that constitute to about 90% of Nio's total sales on a month-to-month. Those cars must quickly come, and after the launch, they must immediately start with the deliveries so that they can or immediately start getting or attracting decent deliveries from their 2025 facelift models, right? Onvo L60, if there's one thing that the new president highlighted, was obviously the fact that it was the sales personnel were advertising more of battery swapping rather than talking about the product itself. Why is Onvo L60 a very good product? They forgot to talk about that, because you all know that efficiency is one of the things. It does not consume that much, or it's one of the SUVs that you can drive and they don't consume that much. I think in its segment there is no SUV or EV SUV that consumes the kind of power that it consumes, which speaks volumes about the brand, which speaks volumes about the car itself, and it speaks volumes about obviously what you get when you buy this car. Over and above this, there are obviously other features, safety features. Now, the Nio, now the Onvo president has also introduced the incentives like going to Nio houses. Nio house will be open. Going to Nio house will now be open to the Onvo users. You will also find some Onvo users in some of the Nio stores when you go look for a car, which is something that hopefully with this it recovers the sales. Onvo is expecting to launch new models, and hopefully if we don't get the kind of sales that we need from Onvo based on the recent strategy that the president or the newly appointed president is implementing, the two brands hopefully they do the job. But I'm confident, I'm positive that hopefully we'll get to see a massive change now that, of course, Shen Fei has become the president of Onvo. So yeah, man, I hope for the best. You will know that next week on Saturday there is an official launch of the Firefly sub brand, which also hopefully there we are expecting some pretty good deliveries, and hopefully this month we start to see a revival in terms of the deliveries that Nio gets on a month to month. There are incentives like 0% interest free for the next 5 years. There is free battery shopping for 5 years, which is something that is great, or some of the things that we saw making Nio do so well last year. So yeah, man, this 2,500, honestly it's low, but it's not at the end of the road, man. Let's wait, let's see what happens next. You will know that the ET9 it's all already being delivered, and there's not much happening there as yet. And of course, because of its price, we cannot expect so many quantities from that model. But the others that are coming, 2025 festive models, there we are hoping Nio can get as many deliveries as possible. Nio can get as many deliveries as possible from Firefly. Nio can get a recovery of deliveries from the Onvo sub brand. And because of all this, I still remain positive. I remain bullish, long and strong onto Nio, because I know that the blue sky is coming. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. I will see you on the next video, and God bless you all.